Hello and welcome to the podcast Life's Second Act, a podcast journey to finding direction and purpose. My name's Simon and I'm your host. This podcast will delve into the transformative phase of later life, exploring its challenges, new directions and uncertainties that come with it. Feeling lost with no direction, no vision for how life could look, I'm seeking through talking to others to find a clearer vision for what the future could look like. Do you feel the same? Many of us, particularly those in our later years, however you wish to define that, share a common sentiment that there can be a prevailing sense of being lost, with no clear vision and uncertainty about where emotions are guiding us. Whether it's linked to our professional paths or something deeply personal, I think the struggle's real. So if you find yourself nodding along, recognising the feeling of ambiguity and disorientation, then you're not alone. Whether you find yourself approaching, experiencing or reflecting on this transformative age, Life's Second Act offers a supportive space to reflect, connect and find inspiration as we collectively navigate these uncharted waters of what we hope might be a remarkable journey. Who knows? Okay, so this feels a little weird. Normally I'm on the other side of the microphone and camera, but here I am about to embark on this journey, a journey of finding that direction and purpose in my life. Wow, that's a mission. And if you'd said to me 6 weeks ago, I'd be sat here recording this podcast, I would have said you're mad. So why am I? Let me set the scene and tell you a bit more about me. I'm 55, a family man, a dog lover. I love a pint on a Saturday night with a bag of peanuts. I'm also a business owner and have been self-employed, working for myself from the age of about 21. I am proud of many of the things I've done and achieved, but at the moment there is this nagging feeling of needing to know what's next and where to head. What's my purpose here? And that hangs over me a bit like a dark cloud, and I'm really not sure where to go from here. Worry, anxiety, fear, a struggle to embrace change, getting out of my comfort zone have all been traits that I think have been with me from a young age. I know they're not all bad and they can serve us. However, now at this part of my life, I feel these are holding me back more than ever from being who I feel I could be or where I feel I should be going. After dedicating 35 years to a rapidly evolving creative industry, the world of video production, I think I've lost my sense of direction. Over these 35 years, I've dedicated so much of my time to work. Long days, weekends, a laptop with me on every holiday. I really didn't do much else outside of that. Didn't really have a hobby, I'm sad to say. Change has happened, of course, over those years, and of course I've had to adapt. Things must have gone okay, I'm still standing. However, I think in recent times, these seismic shifts in technology from traditional video production to smartphone-driven content creation and the ability for so many more people to make content of their own. And of course, with AI coming onto the radar for so many of us, it's really making me question, where do I fit in this world? What's my part? And yet, without it, I'm not quite sure who I am when I've dedicated so much of my life to it. Also, I think to add to this, I think my professional confidence levels are probably quite low. Don't get me wrong, I am fortunate in so many ways, and yet I do still feel lost. I'm not sure how much I really should be owning up to it either. In my professional life, should I be exposing myself to others like this? I'm not sure, and I guess time will tell on that. However, I do feel this is something I need to try. We know midlife is marked with a series of changes, both internal and external. Careers, relationships, parental needs are changing all the time, of course, and as well as one's health and the societal expectations surrounding this age. And that last point, I think, is going to be really interesting to talk more about, how society makes us feel we should do things in a particular way. So this midlife period is no doubt demanding and has left me feeling like I really do need to reevaluate my purpose and identity. I think we can all be quite adaptable to working through something when you have that vision, when you can see where you're heading. It's a little bit like an extension on your house. See the extension, see where I'm going to be sitting, see what might be hanging on a wall. I can see the path to the finished space. I can imagine being there, living in it. The path is before me, and then you just got to look for the support around you to take you to the next step, and so on and so on. But what do you do when you can't even see a meaningful path ahead? Where do I place my next step if the path isn't there? I would consider myself a creative, and yet I'm asking myself here to tackle probably one of the biggest creative briefs I've had, and yet at the moment I'm just drawing a blank page. If I uncover that purpose, the path may begin to reveal itself. However, I'm also aware that knowing my purpose and direction is one thing, but knowing how to keep it is going to be another. We all know, or we're all told, that life is just as much about the journey as it is about the destination. So unless I begin to understand how I'm feeling now, I'll never be able to help myself through another period of change in the future. How those default thinking patterns have hindered what I do. If you've not already guessed, I'm no expert, but I do have a real interest and a passion for understanding how my mind works, how everybody's minds work, especially the part we have no control over, that subconscious mind. So over the coming months, I'm looking to chat to people from a variety of backgrounds that can help us find that direction and focus when we can't see the road, let alone the options. By talking to people that know more than me, maybe, just maybe, we'll learn a little more. So who's it going to be? Well, people like you, who have a story to tell and insight to share. Psychologists or therapists who can help discuss the psychological aspects of midlife transitions and offer maybe coping strategies. Entrepreneurs who have successfully pivoted or started new ventures later in life. Life coaches specialising in midlife transitions and personal development. Career counsellors with expertise in helping individuals navigate career changes later in life. Health and wellness experts focusing on physical, emotional and mental well-being for individuals in the 40s, 50s plus age range. Relationship experts who can discuss maintaining healthy relationships when you don't have that vision, including friendships, partnerships and family dynamics during midlife transitions. And finally, maybe inspirational speakers who can share their stories of overcoming challenges and finding renewed purpose when they were stuck. So let's bring this first episode to a close. I wanted to start this podcast series to create a safe space for individuals who feel similar, to connect with other like-minded people. Rather than seeing this loss of direction as failure, let's try and see it as an invitation to embark on a transformative journey of self-discovery. Let's embrace the uncertainty, reflect on our own experiences and other people's, and use this period as an opportunity to find or redefine our paths. I hope this podcast helps us to recognise that we're not alone, and despite midlife being challenging, within it lies the potential for growth, fulfilment and a renewed sense of purpose. If you've listened to this and it's the first and only episode, I can only say the journey starts here, and I'm working hard lining up some wonderful people to speak to. If there are a few episodes live, then have a listen and see what we've learned so far. If you feel any connection, then please subscribe and let's connect and travel this journey together. And if you have a story to tell, some insights to share, then let's chat. Thank you. And until next time, be kind to yourself.